Tonight in the headlines, Ebonyi State government compensates victims of Nkalaha communal attack. President, World Trade Organization calls for implementation of social safety nets in Nigeria to cushion pains of economic reforms. UK Prime Minister in ceasefire talks with Zelensky. Good afternoon, thank you. Good evening, thank you for joining us on the news. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu. Let's bring you the news in detail. Ebonyi State government has doled out over 100 million naira as compensation to victims of the Nkalaha communal attack, which took place on the 2nd of February 2025. The event was held at the Isheliluku government area. The report.
The victims, drawn from Nkalaha and Fulanese, whose family members lost their lives, houses destroyed, property burnt, as well as cows killed, were given huge sum of money ranging from 1 to 2 million naira each, and Fulanese 20 million naira. Governor Francis Nwifuru, while presenting the check to the victims of the attack, said the gesture was demonstrated to cushion the effect of the attack on the victims and inject a new lease of life in them, and urge the people of Nkalaha and Fulanese to always imbibe the spirit of love and peace for the sake of brotherliness. Governor Nwifuru, represented by the Deputy, Princess Patricia Obila, while commending stakeholders of Isheli local government area and security agencies for their prompt intervention during the attack, promised to attract more social amenities to Nkalaha community to make life easy for the inhabitants.
The loss of lives and properties was so devastating, and we must live together as one family to make sure that this ugly incident does not occur again.
The chairman of Isheli Local Government Council, Mrs. Peace Agu, who was overwhelmed because of the governor's show of love and generosity to victims of Nkalaha attack, appreciated him for prioritizing welfare of Ebonyi people and embarking on life-touching projects in every nook and cranny of the state.
In a moment of pain, you extended a hand of comfort and hope. Your action transcends a merely political gesture. It reflects the heart of a leader who values human life.
The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Ben Odo, Commissioner for Border Peace and Conflict Resolution, Professor Paul Mwabashi, member representing Ishelu South constituency in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Arinze Chukwu, and Chief Ben Oka poured encomiums on the governor for restoring hope of victims of Nkalaha attack through compensation. A representative of Nkalaha community, Mr. Jeremiah Eze, and that of Fulanese, Gidado Sadiq, described Governor Nwifuru as a rare gem sent by God to comfort and transform lives positively.
This kind of thing, I have never seen it in Nigeria. That people were killed, property destroyed, and the people were called to be compensated.
The peace we are celebrating today is a gift. We must guard this peace as we guard our own life.
They appealed to the state governor to help construct Nkalaha Road, which has been dilapidated long ago, and provide other social amenities to the area. For Salt TV News, I am Chidebere Nworie.
The Ebonyi State Local Government Advisory Committee has begun a routine supervision and monitoring of the 64 development centers projects and workers' attendance to duty, with a visit to 4 development centers in Abakaliki Local Government area. Charles Ole Jr. reports.
Among the 4 development centers in Abakaliki local government area visited were Abakaliki, Enyida, Amashi, and Ekumeyi Development Center. In Abakaliki Development Center, verification exercise on workers' physical attendance were conducted with the nominal roll attendance register by the local government advisory committee to ascertain the number of workers on duty. During the verification exercise, it was discovered that out of the 75 employed staff, only 30 workers were physically seen, while no single staff and their coordinators were seen at Enyida, Amashi, Ekumeyi Development Center. The chairman, Ebonyi State Local Government Advisory Committee, Mr. Oliver Mbam, and the secretary, Mr. Brutus Orogo, urged workers in Abakaliki Development Center to intensify efforts in ensuring improvement in attendance and dedication to duty, and commended the coordinator of Abakaliki Development Center, Mr. John Nwohoke, for executing grassroots woman-oriented projects in the area.
It is quite unfortunate that no even a security man was around. No staff, coordinator, and we sent the invitation that we are coming here today. I don't know why all of them was absent.
Out of the 4 digits, we only met the coordinator and some few staff in Abakaliki DC.
Speaking shortly after taking the team round to monitor the projects executed in Abakaliki Development Center, the coordinator, Mr. John Nwohoke, commended the advisory committee for the routine supervision visit and enumerated some of the projects executed to include renovation of conference hall, renovation of car parking lots, installation of overhead water tanks, construction of culverts, renovation of primary health center, and grading of roads, among others.
It's documented here. It's not finished. Some are not here. Some are projects I did. It's not here. The bridge I constructed, very big bridge, is not here. The high tension electricity that I'm extending is not here.
Advisory committee members who spoke during the routine visit, including Mr. Anthony Ekuma, Mr. Eloy, frowned at the absence of the coordinators and workers at Enyida, Amashi, and Ekumeyi Development Centers, and commended the coordinator of Abakaliki Development Center, Mr. John Nwohoke, for ensuring efficient utilization of government resources.
Centers Enyida, Amachi, and Ekumeyi here. The development centers looked abandoned.
In fact, we're not happy about the development because in all the DCs we visited, apart from the Abakaliki DC, we did not meet anybody. So what I'm suggesting is that we're going to do a verbatim report to His Excellency.
According to them, the Ebonyi State Local Government Advisory Committee is saddled with the responsibility of guiding the state government on decisions that directly affect the welfare of workers and effective execution of projects across the development centers in the state. Charles Olejino for Salt TV News.
Members of the Nigerian Institute of Building NIOB, Ebonyi State Chapter, have called for collaboration amongst all professionals of the building environment towards tackling the incessant collapse of buildings across the country. They made a call during an EBBC radio audience participatory program. Again, Charles Ole reports.
The 55th Builders Annual General Meeting, AGM, which is a week-long activities, will hold between 19th to 23rd August 2025, is very significant for raising public awareness about the vital role of NIOB in effective building, control, and regulatory compliance for sustainable construction. The chairman of NIOB, Ebonyi State Chapter, Mr. Innocent Igbekule, maintained that the forthcoming annual general meeting in the state would attract delegates from the 36 states of the Federation and would recognize and honor Governor Francis Nwifuru as first builder governor along with others.
This is being organized in honor of our #1 citizen, the executive governor of the state, Right Honorable Builder Francis Nwifuru, FNIOB, who is our member, is a builder and also the first builder governor in the entire federation.
The Vice Chairman of NIOB Ebonyi State Chapter, Mr. Dogara Dijaba, and the Financial Secretary NIOB, Mr. Christopher Ologo, appealed to the public to endeavor to attend the annual conference to register and acquire knowledge and skills for standard building development.
Generally, it was quite interesting. It was educating.
According to them, only the invitees and those who registered for the event will be allowed access to the venue during the grand finale on 23rd August 2025 at the Economic Center, Abakaleke. Charles Olegino for Salt TV News.
We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll have more stories for you. Please stay. Good to have you rejoin us. The president of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has called on the federal government to put social safety nets in place for poor Nigerians who are feeling the pains of the President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. Okonjo-Iweala stated this on Thursday after a meeting with the president at the Aso Villa in Abuja.
Although Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala commended the president for the economic reforms, including petrol subsidy removal and the unification of the foreign exchange windows, the former Nigerian finance minister said the government must put social safety nets in place for poor Nigerians to cope with the economic hardship occasioned by the government's reforms. She said the president and his team has worked hard to stabilize the economy, but the economy cannot really improve unless it is stable. According to her, what is needed next is growth, but social safety nets should be in place for people who are feeling the pinch of the reforms to have some support to weather the hardship.
The Federal Executive Council has approved 4 new power sector reforms in a renewed drive to reform and strengthen the country's national electricity grid. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, disclosed this after the FEC meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu at the State House, Abuja.
According to Adelabu, the 4 proposals from the Ministry of Power were aimed at modernizing aging transmission infrastructure, improving supply reliability, and meeting rising electricity demand nationwide. Adelabu stated that the first approval was the release of 13 billion naira for compensation on right-of-way acquisitions under the Lagos Industrial Transmission Project, funded through a $238 million development loan from the Japan International Cooperation Agency. He said the project was targeted at boosting supply to key industrial clusters in Lagos, which accounted for a large share of Nigeria's manufacturing output. He stated that the other 3 approvals centered on the procurement and installation of high-capacity transformers to replace weak, overloaded, and obsolete units on the national grid. He assured that the latest approvals represented a significant step in the Tinubu administration's broader power sector reform agenda aimed at eliminating transmission bottlenecks, reducing system collapses, and laying a foundation for sustainable economic growth through improved electricity access.
The UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer and Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine said there is a viable chance of a ceasefire in Ukraine, but Vladimir Putin must prove he's serious about peace. The UK Prime Minister held a breakfast meeting with the Ukrainian president ahead of a summit to discuss ending the war in Ukraine between US President Donald Trump and Putin in Alaska on Friday.
The Downing Street said Sir Keir and Zelensky agreed there was a powerful sense of unity and a strong resolve to achieve a just and lasting peace in Ukraine at their meeting. Zelensky and other European leaders who are not attending the meeting in Alaska held a joint call with Trump on Wednesday to reiterate their position. None of the leaders made any comment to waiting reporters in Downing Street, maintaining a tactical diplomatic silence. The main tactics within Downing Street in the past week or so has been to get Trump on board to make sure that US President has the words of Europe and of Ukraine ringing in his ears when he sits down with Putin on Friday. Zelensky added that the two discussed weapons partnership, including investment in drone production and the 100-year partnership agreement with the UK, which he said is set to be ratified this month.
A Chinese mountaineer has died while descending the world's second highest peak, with Pakistani rescuers waiting on Thursday for weather conditions to improve to recover her body. Guanjing was descending from the summit of K2 on Tuesday night when falling rocks hit her.
A Chinese mountaineer died while descending the world's second highest peak, with Pakistan. Deputy Commissioner for Shigar District Arif Ahmed said an army aviation team is ready for the recovery of the body and is waiting for better weather conditions. According to the Alpine Club of Pakistan, which monitors local climbing expeditions, Guan is the fourth casualty of the country's summer climbing season. Guan was among the 30 climbers who reached the summit of K2 on Monday before beginning her fatal descent. The incident occurred at the Abruzzi Spur route between Camp 1 and Advanced Base Camp, a section notorious for frequent rock falls. This season, 4 deaths have been reported this season, including 2 on K2, 1 on the Nanga Parbat, and 1 on the lesser-known Leila Peak in the Karakoram range, where German Olympic biathlete Laura Dahlmeier died after being hit by falling rocks last month.
Let's bring you the recap of our major stories as we wrap up the news. Ebonyi State government has doled out over 100 million naira as compensation to victims of the Nkalaha communal attack, which took place on the 2nd of February 2025. The president of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has called on the federal government to put social safety nets in place for poor Nigerians who are feeling the pains of the President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine have said there is a viable chance of ceasefire in Ukraine, but Vladimir Putin of Russia must prove he's serious about peace. And that's the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Amaka Izuchukwu.